We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll open it up to questions. Again, if you could raise your hand, we'll get the microphone over to you, but an opening statement from Coach.
First of all, I want to congratulate Denise Dillon and Nova for coming back and beating us when we had the game. We should have had the game in control down the stretch. And, finishing close games involves having smarts, it involves having toughness, it involves having will to win, and then involves simple details. You have to defend, you have to rebound, and we didn't defend, and we didn't make 2 stops, make 1 stop, get a defensive rebound, and we win the basketball game. You also, I'm a coach that does not believe in talking about free throws ever. We work on free throws, we prepare with free throws, we shoot free throws in practice. I think we have a pretty good system for shooting practice free throws that puts pressure on players every single day, but 6 for 16 is not going to win in March. So, you put all that together and we blow the game, basically. We have the game in control. I really am proud of our players for putting ourselves in position, but you got to finish. We didn't finish. Nova did. Nova moves on. We go home.
All right, questions for Coach. Again, raise your hand, and we'll get the microphone over to you. We'll start here in the second row to DePaulia.
Coach, could you talk about just Kendall Holmes' play today for you guys, and getting the 3 when you guys needed it?
Kendall that's another thing I just don't believe in as a coach. Kendall has actually struggled in the month of February shooting the ball, and I haven't said a word to her. I just believe shooters got to shoot, and they got to be free to shoot. And the more you talk about it, and the more you try to solve it and be the shot doctor, the more. So Kendall was due to break out, and she broke out, started breaking out yesterday. She had a couple big ones yesterday, and that's the Kendall that we believe can. She's an excellent shooter, and we need her to make shots like that. And she really did have a great night tonight shooting the basketball.
We'll go to Tim here in the front row.
Coach, on that final possession, what did you see there? And in terms of drawing up the defense for the timeout, was the goal to really deny Secrets as much as it is to make sure she did not have that last shot?
Absolutely. We're always trying. The whole game plan revolves around defending Maddie, and we played off some people all night long trying to get help to Maddie because she's just such a great player. She really is truly a great, one of the best players ever to play in the Big East, one of the best players in America right now. So you're constantly trying to get secondary help to her, but she's just really, really good.
What did you see on that last possession in terms of how the play developed and how it was guarded?
Say it again.
So what did you see in terms of the possession, how it unfolded, and how
again, we had help. We need to get help to her. Again, when you guard Maddie, she's not a prescription defend. You can't guard her with prescriptions because she's got so many things she can do. She can drive the ball to the basket. She can pull up going left. She can pull up going right. So you want to keep the ball out of her hands. You want to send a second player to her. We didn't really get a second player to her like we would have liked to have gotten a second player to her early enough. But that's the possessions before the Maddie ending basket is what needed to happen. We had the ball, and we were up 6 with the basketball. We got to win the game by making stops, and we made stops, and we didn't rebound the basketball, and we didn't make stops. So it's really much more than one possession against Maddie Secrets. There's a lot of possessions tonight that we had to do a better job defensively on some of the other players. Maddie Burke starts out with 6 points in the first quarter. All right, that's not on the game plan.
Anything else for Coach? Raise your hand. We'll get the microphone over to you. All right.
Thanks to everybody
Coach,
for covering women's hoops. Really appreciate all that you all do to try to help make this game get better. And thanks to all the people in the Big East for all the work they do to put this tournament together. It's a great place. It's a great venue here. And it really is a great tournament. And the Big East office, all those people behind the scenes really do a great job. So thank you to all of you who do all that work behind the scenes. Thanks, everybody.
All right, congratulations to the Villanova Wildcats. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and then questions for the athletes first, and then we'll let them go, and then we'll take questions for Coach. But first, an opening statement from Coach, and congrats on the win.
Thank you. Yeah, it was an amazing game. You know, you expect tournament play for it to be a battle. Extremely proud of our group for just sticking together and finding a way against, I mean, DePaul was, yeah, they were on fire today. They were feeling really good, so I'm really proud of our group.
All right, raise your hand if you have a question for the athletes. We will get the microphone over to you. We'll start here, and we'll get the microphone over to you from JC. Just introduce yourself, if you would.
I'm Megan Morehart with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Maddie, there was a play in the first half where in transition you kicked it out to Burke on a 3, and as soon as you passed it to her, you sprinted down the floor as if you knew it was going to go in. What kind of trust do you guys have in each other? What does that say about that?
I mean, every shot that Burke takes, I think is going to go in. So I figured I'd better run down, get back on defense. You know, DePaul is really fast, but as soon as it left her hand, I thought it looked good.
Yep, one more.
And then Lucy, just what was your mindset kind of stepping to the line with 0.7 seconds left with a chance to steal the game? What was your mindset there?
Yeah, my teammates had my back. They were all like, "You're good. You do this every day at practice. Basketball is fun. Like, just shoot it. You'll make it. You're good." It was all the teammates putting the confidence in me.
Tim?
Maddie, I noticed sometime in the third quarter, it seemed like Christine, after fouling Morrow on a 3, she seemed very heated, and you went over as essentially to, talk her off the ledge. What were you telling her? And, she scored on the next possession right after, so how impressed were you by her response?
Yeah, I thought she was doing a great job defensively on Morrow. Morrow's a great player. She's going to get her points. She's going to take her shots. And I thought, it was I thought it was a great contest. And then, she went a little too far and fouled her. And I just was like, Chris, we can't lose you right now. You are too valuable to this game. We need you to, not shut down. And she didn't. She responded. She got a couple baskets in a row. And I thought she did an unbelievable job rebounding.
We'll go here in the second row on the left.
Hi, Megan Gallagher, Hoop Stats. Maddie, you guys were down, I think, 6 with about a little under 3 minutes left in that fourth quarter, and then you and Lucy combined to make that run to get the win. What does it say about this team to be able to stay composed down the stretch and come back from that?
I know, I lean on experience. How many times we've been in this situation feels like a million. And I think, for this team, we were down really, 15 with 5 minutes to go versus St. John's at home. So, that's something we always lean on. And just keep saying that, reminding them, it's one stop, one play at a time, not trying to get it all back in one possession.
You have anything else for the athletes? We'll go back here front row with Tim.
So, Lucy, obviously, on the final possession, I think everyone in the building had a feeling of who was going to get the ball, and obviously DePaul clearly denied her. So on that final possession, what were you seeing, and ultimately, leading to the drive that drew the foul, and then ultimately going to the line and sealing the deal?
Yeah, Maddie being such a great player, you have to deny her the ball. So I just knew if my opportunity came, I would have to take advantage of it, and it did. So luckily I was ready for it.
Anything else for the athletes? All right, ladies, we'll let you go
Thank you.
back to the locker room.
Thanks.
Head over to the fast break desk. We'll get reset here, and we'll take questions for Coach. And again, raise your hand. We'll have JC get the microphone over to you.
Hey, Coach. T. Baker with the Next. Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Before the game, Maddie was honored with Scholar Athlete of the Year and Player of the Year. Can you just talk about the impact she has on your program and the university community in Villanova?
Oh, yeah. It's an amazing journey that Maddie has been on, and taking us all along with her has been an absolute pleasure. Just seeing her growth in so many areas, and I think hearing her speak even today, you see how she is with her teammates. We talked about last year. I think the success that we had was based off of Maddie being one of our captains and leaders, and just convincing the younger ones that they were ready, that they could do it. And she's just continues. Just the power of persuasion is a great thing, and when it comes from your peers, it's even more empowering. And that's how Maddie is. She is a competitor. She wants to win. She wants to be the best, which she does, and is recognized for that. But she wants to make sure that everyone around her is getting better as well, because how much the program means to her. And she wants to leave her mark, but certainly leave it in good hands. So moving forward, it's going to continue to be great.
Second row here on the right.
Maddie talked about, Chris's ability to bounce back and kind of stay composed in that moment. Earlier in the year, that might not have been how she responded. What have you seen in her, growth and maturity and her performance today just overall?
Oh, it's, yeah, I mean, Chris, it's been fun to watch her. I mean, if you guys got to know Christina off the court, it would be even more enjoyable. She's great personality, a lot of fun. Teammates love her, and that's why they want to see her succeed on the floor. And just with the experience of this year, she's in there. She wanted the responsibility to defend and rebound, and just locking back in with knowing, we can't lose you. It was a matter of her picking up a couple fouls, but being able to then get back in the game, be disciplined enough not to end up in foul trouble or back on the bench. So, yeah, just seeing that, the importance, I think that sense of urgency, especially in a game like today, she realized it and she heard what Mad was saying, and she knew her teammates needed her and stuck with it. So it's been really good, her growth, and I think Chris has so much farther to go. She is just tapping into the talent that she offers. She keeps working. We'll see a lot more good things from her here in the Big East.
Tim?
Coach, I know Maddie mentioned the St. John's comeback and, essentially almost like deja vu in a sense of just being able to pull off the improbable. I mean, dare I say, with your team's mental toughness to pull this off again, basically, dare I say, your Cats have 9 lives.
Good one. That's a good one. They don't quit. They don't. You see it every day at practice, and when you see them slipping a little bit, you call them out and they respond. So it comes down to just that will to win and willing to do anything necessary. We were tag teaming people in there. We throw Caitlin Oriole in. We throw Bella Runyon. Everyone's going to give everything they have and just work it out together. So I was really proud of that. It's what I'll say, their commitment today to just finding a way to get a win. It may not have been the result that we got. The couple, balls bounced nicely for us down the stretch with DePaul missing a few foul shots, and it gave us an opportunity. But you just feel like you got to leave it all out there, and this group certainly does.
We got 2 questions in the middle row. We'll go middle here, and then we'll go over to the right.
Yeah, Coach, for the DePaul, president for the DePaul. This is the 3rd time you played DePaul this season, and each game it was closer, 7-3, and now 1 point to win. What does it say about the matchup you had against them, and then just about the league and their, the competitiveness?
Yeah, well, I was just mentioning that with our coaches. You talk about in our league playing each team twice is always a battle, the home and home. So you look at it early and you figure you might split, try and get that home game, and then you don't know what's going to happen in the tournament. So for us, to your point, it got closer each time, and we only played them a couple weeks back. So, and they were playing good basketball. They're tough, and they score the ball, they rebound the heck out of the basketball. So we knew perfectly well that this was going to be as hard as any game you're going to play. So really fortunate that, again, some shots went our way and we found a way. But yeah, credit to DePaul. Never, again, I say our girls didn't quit. They didn't quit. They kept battling to the very end.
Okay, last question here on the right.
Owen Hewitt, the Villanovan. It seemed like DePaul came out with a level of intensity and aggression that was maybe not seen earlier in games. Offensive rebounded you guys by 14. How do you feel your team responded to that sort of level of physicality that DePaul brought today?
Yeah, well, again, in DePaul's case, they're playing to continue to go and try and get a postseason bid. So they're just giving everything they have. You saw it in the Providence game yesterday. They came out on fire and just kept going at it. So today they knew their strength would be on the boards against us. Thought we did a little bit better job crowding the paint some, but even for us, there's a lot to learn. I said it to our group, you can't just stand there and watch Christina rebound. You can't count on Maddie to rebound. I feel our guards need to mix it up and get in there a little bit more And sure enough, Brooke Mullen probably had the biggest rebound of the game. That last missed foul shot, she came up with it for us to call the timeout to be able to run something. But it's recognition. I thought DePaul even did a great job of just making adjustments today. It took us a little bit longer in some cases. You know, it was like 2 possessions. We'd mess up on the defensive end, and then it was like, oh, we can't do that. So, I just thought that they played what you see often in DePaul basketball, you know, just battling the extra possessions for kick out for threes, and they were making them. So, again, you're super happy, you're excited for your team, but that was a game, if you watch it back, you're like, how the heck do we win that one?
Coach, thanks. You did win it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm happy about that.